Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Brothers Take podcast. I'm Kris. I am joined once again by my brother, Eric.
Hello.
We are back in the room to continue our predictions for the Game Awards 2023. Only this time, we're actually going to be sharing our predictions for what will win in each category of the Game Awards. The nominees were revealed last week. Everyone has had a good week to look at them, discuss them, maybe do their own voting on them. And now that there's been enough time to look at them and check them all out, we're finally going to be sharing our take on the Game Awards, what we think will win. In some categories, what we would personally pick as well. We'll throw that out there. And then we're also going to throw out, if relevant, if we feel like something was snubbed. You know, if you feel like there's a category where it's like, hold on now, why is that game not there? Snub. I'm calling a snub. It won't be every category, of course, but we might personally feel in a particular category that there's a snub here or there. We'll throw that out, and we'd love you guys to do the same. Throw out your predictions, throw out your snubs for certain categories, and throw out what you would personally pick, even if you're not confident that it's going to win a category. But if the vote rested in your hands, what would you pick? We want to hear from you guys. So if you guys are watching this YouTube, jump down in the comments, share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this discussion, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Ring the notification bell for all future content. And even if you guys are listening to this like well into the future, past the Game Awards where we already know what won, maybe you're going back for a reflective, I just want to see what were people thinking before the Game Awards. Then in that case, jump down in the comments to share, you know, you're looking back on, oh, I can't believe you thought that was going to win when this won and all this kind of stuff. You know, feel free to jump into the comments with those thoughts and predictions as well. If you guys listen to audio platforms, you can also touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twixter at The Brothers Take, again, to give your take on the Game Awards 2023. But without further ado, let's do more predicting. All right, we've got the Game Awards categories all here. And what we've done in previous years is we actually started at the top and worked our way down until we decided to give up, basically, on certain categories.
It's a lot of categories.
So we always started with Game of the Year. I actually want to do the reverse. I want to end with Game of the Year.
Okay.
Right? I want to start with, obviously, right, we do this every year. Esports, we're not saying esports aren't important and stuff. We have nothing to say about esports. So we're not going to go do any of the esports categories or content creator of the year. Those are categories that we don't do, right?
Because honestly, content creator of the year should go to us, but you know.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
clearly
actually, not enough listeners, not enough subscribers. What's happening here, guys?
We're not voting, but who are the
Okay, you want to look at the content creators of the year?
Yeah, just
the nominees?
Yeah. Let's see
who's there.
Let's see who's snubbing us, huh? Let's see who's pushed us out of the.
Yeah, we are snubbed in this category.
Yeah, we're snubbed.
We are snubbed.
Okay, so
hold on. Can I just say we would never be in this category? Are you kidding me? We are barely a thought in the world. Come on.
Right.
So.
Okay. So what we have is, hold on. Oh, you show me the names. Don't show me the names. I don't know the names. I don't know the people. Right. So we have
content creator of the year for a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2023.
Okay. So the first one looks like to me. Don't show me the names, but it looks like to me. Like a mobile game that's appealing to a certain audience.
Sure.
That's like there because you got the anime girl with the glasses and stuff, and it's like okay, that or
just Monica.
It's just Monica, or that, or it is a girl. It is a female person, I would assume.
Yeah.
But then they might identify as female. That's what it looks like. The next one, PMG. That looks like a company to me. They're going to sell me some. They're going to sell me some like tax or something like that. You know, some insurance.
Yeah, they got insurance.
Yeah, the next one is an album. That's a singer.
Yeah,
she's got some country music to sing to you.
She, he, they. I don't know who that is.
The person. Sorry, the person. Anyway, the next person is a pop singer, kind of like Justin Bieber sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then the last person, really, in all honesty, looks like they're trying to sell me that hoodie. They look like when you walk into a clothes store, that they're advertising that hoodie.
Maybe they are.
Or you're walking into a hairdresser's and they're selling you that hairstyle. That's what they all look like to me.
Now, that description maybe helped the audio listeners. Of course, if you guys are only listening to this on audio platforms, you can't see any of these things. So
True.
you're just listening to random descriptions. This is like an audiobook now.
Yeah.
I would say that if you are listening to audio platforms, for this one, it might be worthwhile jumping over to the YouTube version, just because with each of the categories, there is a visual aspect to it that the
Hmm.
games actually pop up, and you might benefit from that. But by all means, listen to it however you want to listen to it. We don't know any of these people. Let us know who you think the content creator of the year is in this category.
Let's see the names.
And
Actually. Can
is
I
there
see the
someone
names
that we
now?
should be checking out? The names are Iron Mouse, People Make Games is the PMG, Quackity, Spreen, and Sphere PK or whatever. So or
Cipher.
Cipher PK. Let us know what you think of these guys. Who do you think is going to win, and what kind of stuff have they done in terms of content creation for the community? But let's go to the actual
Okay.
ones that we're
Okay.
going to be talking about
Okay.
because there's a lot to get through and we don't have that much time.
No.
So we're going to start then with most
Most
anticipated game for 2024. And I'm going to have something interesting to say about this one. All right. So, first of all, the most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game, I should say, that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. The nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. The one thing I want to say before we say what we think is going to win or whatever, blah, 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 is I think this, I could be wrong, I think this confirms that GTA 6 will not be shown at the Game Awards. Because I think the Game Awards didn't know about it.
Ooh, yeah, that's a fair
Otherwise,
point
because
because
like
it
you
would.
said, I think it would have been one of the nominees here if they knew it
If
was coming.
yeah, yeah, if it was one of the nominees, I would say it would have won.
100%. But now that it's
100%.
out of the race
Yeah, it's out of the
for
race.
this, Eric, what do you predict? Actually, sorry. What would you pick, first of all?
Okay, personally, I would pick Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I would also pick Final
Yes.
Fantasy VII Rebirth. What do you think is going to win?
I haven't a clue. This is actually pretty fucking. This is a bit tough, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
Cause yeah, I think they're all games that definitely have a big fan base for sure. That people
Yeah.
would look at that and think that that looks really good. It's Hades. Hades was well loved when that game came out. I think it got best voice actor. I can't remember what else it got, but
I think it's
definitely got a few
between
awards.
I think it's between those two.
Hades 2 and
And Final
Rebirth.
Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, I think it's between those two. I'm not
Yeah.
saying the others don't have their large audiences. They do.
No, because like
Star Wars
even
Outlaws just Star Wars fans basically. Tekken 8 has a huge fan base. Like a Dragon is a big series, but
hmm,
I think in the larger gaming sphere, this is between Seven Rebirth and Hades 2.
hmm,
That's what I think.
I
Yeah.
will give it. Oh, I don't know.
Well, what do you predict is going to win?
It's between Hades 2 and Rebirth.
I
Really is like
yeah.
I probably Hades 2.
Nice one. Okay, you're going with that one. I'm going to predict Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to win this
Okay.
category.
Okay.
And since we both picked it, I'm going to actually vote for it now as well. Do our own
Okay.
vote. Yeah?
Yeah, fair enough.
So there we go. That's voted. Thank you. Keep
One
voting.
out.
Get out of here. I don't want to do it that way. We're doing it this way. Okay. So that's best adaptation. And again, or most anticipated game. Guys, do share your own opinions, of course, on what you think will win versus what you pick,
Hmm.
Next, we're going to best adaptation, which was a brand new category last year.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time. So, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. The nominees are Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal. Oh, no Five Nights at Freddy's, huh? Okay.
Snubbed.
Snubbed. Five Nights at Freddy's snubbed. No, I don't think that.
Uh,
So far,
uh,
no snubs yet. I don't think. But anyway,
um,
Eric.
okay, right. So, right. So the only two I've watched here is Castlevania Nocturne and The Last of Us.
Interesting.
Um, why is that interesting that they're the only two I've watched?
The only two I've watched are The Last of Us and the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Okay.
Peach, you are so cool.
So I don't know how close Castlevania Nocturne is to Castlevania, but then again, last year Arcane won, and that's nothing like the games. So
True. Yeah, it might be just on the merits of of just the material itself.
now I would imagine, to be honest, that The Last of Us will probably win.
So is that your prediction?
My prediction of of what the public were going to vote or the critics is going to be The Last of Us because it got highly praised by gamers and non-gamers alike.
Yeah. What would you give it to?
I preferred Castlevania Nocturne.
Interesting. You'd give it to that yourself?
Yeah.
But you predict Last of Us is going to win.
I predict Last of Us is going to win.
I also predict Last of Us is going to win, and I would give it to The Last of Us.
Okay.
So, and just, I'm signed in at the moment, so I'm going to do my vote, but it's not.
I see how it is. All right.
That doesn't mean it cancels out Eric's vote. Eric, obviously, you have to sign in, and it's just while we're doing it, I signed in as me. So when you've got to sign in and do your own vote. But I mean, there's no point in me voting because it'll be Chris McGuire voted for Castlevania Nocturne. I haven't watched Castlevania Nocturne, so I got to vote Last of Us at the moment. We've both predicted The Last of Us will win this category. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Let us know again, guys. What do you think? Best adaptation, right? View all categories. Here we go. Next one we're going to go for is best multiplayer. I actually don't know what's in here, so let's have a look.
I haven't really looked at any of these other than just the game of the year. So all of these are good surprises.
Okay, so best multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This is one where I can't say anything snubbed, personally. I have no horse in this race. I haven't played any of these games to any large extent. I played the beginning of Baldur's Gate 3 and I played the demo of Street Fighter 6. So all I can do in this one is just do my prediction, but I can't actually.
Hold on, you don't think something was snubbed? Street Fighter 6 is there, but Mortal Kombat 1 isn't?
Yeah, I don't think it's been snubbed though. I don't think personally. Okay. I can't vote in this category, so I won't. My prediction though.
Okay.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That's my prediction.
My prediction is either Street Fighter 6 or Baldur's Gate 3.
Ooh.
To be honest.
Okay.
And I suppose you want me to put down one game. Have to choose between those two. I suppose I have to vote. I will actually probably vote Baldur's Gate 3.
Now, I need clarification here. Are you predicting Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win, or are you saying that's what you would pick? Those are two different things.
Oh, no, prediction. Sorry, predicting.
You're predicting that Baldur's Gate 3 will win best multiplayer. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. I think it is between those two, actually, even though Street Fighter 6 obviously is high praise, Diablo 4 obviously is high praise. But if you look at it, I mean, those two are Game of the Year nominees, too.
Yeah.
So they're going to be the highest praise in that category. So that's an interesting that we're split that way. I won't vote here, personally, because
Go on, Party Animals.
I feel like I can't. Yeah, why not? But good to know. Okay, you've predicted Baldur's Gate 3. I've predicted Super Mario Bros. Wonder will win best multiplayer. So let's see, which one are we going to go to next?
Do we think we could racing?
Do we think we could say anything about that, or do you want to move to the next one?
I don't think we could say anything about that. I don't think I played a sports game or a racing game. I played Gran Turismo when we were in the airport.
Yeah, you did.
That doesn't count though. I'm assuming that's not one of the.
No, I think that was last year anyway.
Yeah. So,
we might be similar at best sim or strategy.
Go into it anyway, just in case.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's have a look.
Even just for the we probably should have went into the sports and racing actually. Just to, oh yeah, never mind. Yep, no, nothing here.
Yeah, no. We won't talk on this one. It's not that
we City Skylines 2 apparently is a thing. One of our friends likes it.
That'll probably win that one. I've heard that one come up a lot.
I don't know. I think that multiplayer too, that multiplayer World War II game might win it too, because I think that's Battle of Heroes or Company of Heroes, which I think is a praised series.
So for those listening, it's not that we don't want to talk on everything, but it's just that there's some that we could give a genuine thoughts and predictions on, but there's some that we just genuinely can't because we haven't played everything. I think the next one we could give a stab at is best fighting.
Oh, we're not doing the best family?
Well, okay,
obviously,
best family.
Obviously, that's our family. Our family would win that.
There we go. So I think this
Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be obvious, right?
Yeah.
For those who are listening, the best family games, right? For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform, the nominees are Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, or Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I think we're both going to predict Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Yeah.
Is going to win that category.
Do you want to put that cast in your vote anyway?
No, I'm not going to vote if I haven't played the game.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's fair. Because I basically because then I'm voting based on just what I think of a game that I've never played before. That's ridiculous. But I'm predicting based on the fact that it's a Game of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
In that category. So, I mean, obviously,
it's already been in best multiplayer as well. Like, so that is a good indicator. This stuff when it's in multiple categories.
Yeah,
and the biggest one being if it's in Game of the Year, that's a pretty big indicator.
So best
fighting.
Here we go. Okay, for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat, the nominees are God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Eric, what do you think?
Now, I've only seen the story to Mortal Kombat 1, and Mortal Kombat's the only one out of those games where I am very familiar with it.
Okay.
So personally, I'd have to give it to Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah.
As for who's going to win it, probably Street Fighter 6.
I predict Street Fighter 6 will win this category too. Yeah. I played the demo Street Fighter 6. And I'm not a Street Fighter guy at all. I am very much a Mortal Kombat fan. And then Tekken. Like, those are the fighting series that I'm more into. But I was way more impressed by what I experienced in the Street Fighter 6 demo than anything I saw from Mortal Kombat 1. Pretty much. Well, like, don't get me wrong. There's the sick fatalities and all that is amazing and kind of the storytelling and all. But from this game is doing something new and something different. I felt that Mortal Kombat 1 was like very much along the same lines of Mortal Kombat 11. It's like, yeah, we've seen this story mode done like this before. And
yeah, they've done that they've done that 9, 10, 11, and now 1. And they've done it with Injustice and Injustice 2. So they've done that with 5 games now. So
yeah, so I think Street Fighter 6 stands out more this year. So I think it's going to win Best Fighting Game. All right. Next up, Best RPG. Okay.
What's the betting for RPG?
All right. For the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences, the nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield.
Starfield all the way.
So, Eric, what do you think?
Okay, so I would personally give it to Baldur's Gate 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, to be honest, there's 3 in my head that like it'd be between it, which is probably Sea of Stars, Final Fantasy 16, and Baldur's Gate 3, but I'd say Baldur's Gate 3 will win it.
I think in this category, there's no competition. I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win automatically, and the rest are only there because to fill the nominees. For best RPG, I only played the first fucking hour and a half of Baldur's Gate 3, and it's like, this is clearly the like the most in-depth RPG of the year. Yeah, I predict that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win this category hands down. I have something else to say. I have two things to say. One,
he has something to say.
I'm glad to see Sea of Stars here.
Yeah, it's pretty
so
cool.
happy. I love Sea of Stars, one of my favorite games this year. And because I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 to completion, at the moment it's the one I would pick, right? But I know that surely if I played more Baldur's Gate 3, I would see exactly what all the accolades are about. Snub, though. There's a snub here. Hogwarts Legacy should be in this category instead of Lies of P. What the fuck is Lies of P doing here? I'm just saying, to me, that's an action game. And Final Fantasy 16 is borderline, like, that's even, you're pushing it. You've got RPG elements. I don't even know if you're a full RPG. I'm saying as someone who enjoyed Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P is an RPG, and Hogwarts Legacy is not? Obviously, Hogwarts Legacy is an RPG. You're trying to pick what are the 5 best RPGs of the year. I think Hogwarts Legacy, not that it would win, it wouldn't win. It absolutely would not win. But I think it should be in this category. So that's my first snub.
Yeah, okay. So is that your first snub? I thought there was another. No, it is your first snub.
We were only joking before, but yeah, I'm serious about that one.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a fair observation, to be honest, to make about that.
But for a moment, for my vote, and again, it wouldn't be right to vote for a game that I haven't really played. So, I'm going to vote Sea of Stars. But my prediction is still Baldur's Gate 3. Don't confuse those two, okay? I still think
that's it.
Baldur's Gate 3 is
going to win. Kris hates Baldur's Gate 3.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
That's what it means. I am really happy to see... really happy to see Sea of Stars there, though. Sea of Stars is an amazing
If you go
game.
previous, actually, right? On the screen, you keep going view all categories. If you go previous, does that bring us to the previous category?
Might, but I like doing it this way. I like doing it this way.
Okay.
I'm just saying. All right. We ready for Best Action Adventure?
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be a saucy one, I think. Oh, boy. This is anyone's fucking game. All right. Best Action Adventure in 2023. For the Best Action Adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. The nominees are Alan Wake 2, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, this is the category where this is the category where you do go, oh yeah, this was actually a good year. Like this is nuts. Like this is why, and you've said it throughout the whole year, and then they revealed the categories, and you were like, that is the biggest snub of this. This is why a best horror should be in here.
But you know what? That's the biggest snub. Yeah,
that is the biggest
snub. That there's no horror category.
Yeah, because there's definitely been enough horror games released this year to 100%. Make up that category. This is hard. This is really.
I actually think, given that it's for this category, I think this is harder than Game of the Year.
Yes, absolutely.
To say what the best action adventure game is with these games,
because
this is
all
nuts.
5 of these games are fucking brilliant action adventure games. Like. It's annoying. It is anyone's guess, because I'm like looking at it going, I'm thinking to myself, probably Tears of the Kingdom is what would get us.
Right.
But again, this is one of these, this is this category where, to be honest, if they went Spider-Man 2 gets it, I'd be like, yeah, that makes absolute sense. If it was Resident Evil 4, but yeah, sure. The only two where I'd be a bit like, okay, interesting. I don't disagree with you, but I'm not like, the one is Survivor and Alan Wake 2 are the only two where I'd be like, nominated makes sense. If they won, I'd be a bit surprised. But the other 3, if either one of these 3 won, I wouldn't be that surprised at all. Like, to be honest, they're probably going to give it the Tears of the Kingdom. Would they?
Right, I want to hear. Well, actually, before you give your prediction or whatever for this category,
Yeah.
do you think anything is snubbed? Is there a game that should be in this category that they've missed?
Fucking hell, what was released this year?
So many things.
Right. So I'm okay. Like, you could probably put Baldur's Gate 3 in here. I'm okay with it not being here. Give it a break. Give some of the other games a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, Hogwarts Legacy would be a action adventure game.
Yeah, I'd
Borderline, but
actually
yeah.
agree with that one. I'd agree with that one.
Um,
Especially when you think of combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
It's got all
Yeah.
three. It's got all
Yeah.
three of those.
I'd agree with that.
Other games. I mean, Final Fantasy 16. It's definitely combat. It's an action adventure.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's probably more action adventure than it would be RPG.
What about Dead Space?
Yeah, I was getting to it, Chris. I was getting to it, man. Do you know how many
sorry.
games were released this year?
I know. It's ridiculous.
You know what? Actually, I don't. I actually don't like best action adventure as a category title.
Interesting. Is it because it's
pretty much every
broad?
every freaking game is an action adventure. Like, that's why horror should be one, so that the likes of Resident Evil 4 and Alan Wake 2 and Dead Space can be put into that category to give room to other games. Because, like, action adventure, fucking Sea of Stars can be an action adventure. You know what I mean? Like, everything can be counted as action adventure almost.
Yeah.
So I don't really like this category because it's annoying. Because
actually, now you've just said it, Sea of Stars is snubbed here. It's a great action adventure game in terms of traversal, puzzle solving, and combat. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so with all that conjecture aside,
okay, right. I personally,
yeah,
would give it to Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
I think it's between Tears of the oh my god. I'm just going to say that they're going to give it to Tears of the Kingdom. Right. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah. I predict as well that Tears of the Kingdom will win in this category. But I am between, just for action adventure, right? Like, don't get me wrong, with one of these games, I prefer Resident Evil 4, right? But for action adventure, I'm between Spider-Man 2 and Jedi Survivor for that genre. I think the traversal and puzzle solving in Jedi Survivor is so good. It's one of the best things about the game. It's like an Uncharted adventure. I think Spider-Man 2 has the better combat, though. And then when you think about traversal, the web swinging and the web wings.
Yeah, well, when it comes to action adventure, that's what I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about the traversal, the combat. And you do have to, while the puzzle solving isn't as in depth as, let's say, Resident Evil 4 or even Alan Wake 2, there's still it's not to solve some puzzles. Like,
yeah, I would give it to Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna vote for it here in this category, but I think Tears of the Kingdom is gonna win.
Yeah, probably.
So I think we're both in agreement on that one.
That was fucking tough.
That is a tough one. I enjoyed that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay,
that's harder than going to the gym.
Ready for best action game?
What the? What's the next one? Best adventure?
Here we go. Best action game. Yeah.
That's covered action adventure.
Right.
The fuck is this shit?
Are you ready for me to? Here's my point. Okay, I'm gonna call these out, and then I'm gonna make my point.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Best action game. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. Okay. We've got Armored Core 6.
Right.
Dead Island 2.
Right.
Ghost Runner 2.
Okay.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Right.
And Remnant 2.
Okay.
Now, as someone who hasn't played this game, okay, Lies of P is snubbed here. This is where Lies of P should be.
Yeah, because you've played Hi-Fi Rush, haven't you?
I played some of it. Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush is a good game.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
It deserves to be here. Yeah.
I doesn't. Okay, fair enough. Because I
think it's weird that Dead Island 2 is here.
Yeah, Lies of P getting so much praise. It should be here over RPG. Do you have like a guess as to why they did it this way? Or
I have no fucking idea. And I also think that, and I know obviously the Final Fantasy series is an RPG series. And games can be in more than one category. We could see that with other games here. I think Final Fantasy 16 should be in this category as well.
Yeah, these are very weird.
Like, focused
weird games.
Primarily on combat.
That is all
Most
of Lies of P.
all you do in Lies of P and Final Fantasy 16 is combat. Flashy combat. That's They're action games. This is weird. This is a
Honestly,
weird
Ghost
category.
Runner 2, from what I've seen of the Ghost Runner games, is an action adventure game because it includes combat and traversal.
Yes, but
And
is it?
sometimes,
Yeah, but is it one of the best action adventure games?
and it might not even be one of the best action games.
Okay, so that aside, what I just wanted to throw out those two snubs for this category. But
Yeah.
what do you think?
Well, honestly, I want to pick one of the ones that you just said
I
is
know, but
snubs.
we can't. So, what do you like?
Ah,
We haven't played any of these games to any
no.
sort of completion, so we can only make a prediction on this one.
Right. Okay. I'm saying it's probably between Hi-Fi Rush and Armor Core 6 because I've actually heard stuff about Hi-Fi Rush and Armor Core 6 is made by From Software.
Yeah,
Um.
it is definitely between those two. I think.
So I would say they're probably going to give it to Armor Core 6.
Cool. I'm going to predict Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay.
I like that. We're
The
divided
fuck
on that
kind
one.
of category is that?
There we go. That was best action game, right?
That's like that. They have that, right? They have best action adventure and then best action game,
that's been
and
every
not
year, though.
best. Yeah, but and not best horror.
I know, I know. There was
That's
one
stupid. Like
they had it before as well, best first person shooter or something like that, and I was like, that's so specific. And it's not here this year. There obviously wasn't enough to make a category, but there was definitely this was the year for. Anyway, I gotta stop going on about that. Do we want to look at best V or AR? I'm not sure we'd have a lot to say about it.
Well, just read at the. We don't need to say
You want to
anything, but
look at
just
it?
read at
Okay.
the nominations. Yeah, yeah. See,
Okay.
was anything released this year?
Yes, there was.
Yeah,
Best
yeah.
V or AR for the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. The nominees are Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode, or Synapse.
I think it's going to Call of the Mountain.
Interesting. I think it's going to be Synapse.
Okay.
There's our predictions for best VR and AR. Again, guys, let us know what you think. Best mobile game. Let's go. Let's go. All right. For the best game playable on a mobile device, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, or Terra Nil. I only really know of one of these games in terms of hearing anything and actually trying it out myself. So, like, by default, I would have to vote for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Apart from all that weird mobile phone menu shit that's all poppy and weird, and I don't like it, and it's why I don't like mobile games. It was pretty good. The music was good. The quality of it was very flashy, and some of it I was like, I am shocked this is free to play. But obviously, there is another aspect to it that you can spend money and do the usual kind of gambling on mobile gaming. So I would pick Ever Crisis, and you know what? I think it's gonna win.
You think so? I'm fucking very surprised I can't play that. Maybe it's just my phone or something, but like, it's just not available when I go on the App Store.
Okay,
it's very weird. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm kind of like leaning towards Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
All right, you gonna make that your prediction?
I don't know if I want to.
You can also decide not to. You can also just go, yeah, no, I've got nothing to say here.
Yeah, I mean, by default, I would be going leaning towards Ever Crisis, but I'm trying to think of something that would keep the mobile community going, which is probably something like, I think Monster Hunter World is supposed to be with like Pokemon Go. Maybe I'm completely wrong there.
Oh, Monster Hunter Now, you mean?
What did I say?
Monster Hunter World.
Oh, Now. Yeah, Monster Hunter Now.
Yeah.
I think it's that. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but something that's a very community-based mobile game. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards Hello Kitty. I think that's Island Adventure. That sounds like it's a community-based kind of mobile game.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah.
Cool. So I've predicted Ever Crisis. You predicted Hello Kitty and Adventure. And at the moment, I'm going to vote Ever Crisis.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I will keep voting where I can. All right. Best debut indie game. Indie games are always good.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good category. All right. For the best
All right.
debut game created by a new independent studio, the nominees are Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I'm done yawning. Sorry. The image for Cocoon is pretty cool.
I predict Cocoon is going to win.
I was going to predict Dredge.
Interesting. Those are our predictions?
Yeah.
Nice. That's best indie game. Cocoon and Dredge. Well, best debut indie game. Best independent game is a different category. Of course it is. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. The nominees are Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. My pick is obviously Sea of Stars, and I predict Sea of Stars will win. I will be mad if it doesn't.
I will predict Sea of Stars as well.
Yes, come on, Sea of Stars. I'm rooting for you. I want it to win something, Obviously, there's other categories. It won't win Best RPG like I just voted for it earlier. Obviously, that'll be Baldur's Gate 3. This is one where it genuinely could win. So I hope it does. Okay. Next category. Best community support. Do we think we'd have anything to say on that one?
Go into it?
All right.
I don't know what that. I actually don't know what that is. I don't know what they mean by that.
Okay. We'll have a read of it. Okay. Oh, actually, you might have something to say. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates/patches. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky.
Oh, I was about to be like, I know what's going to win this, but then you read No Man's Sky, and I was like, oh, that's now a toughie.
This is an interesting one.
For me, it's between No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk 2077, and I think last year No Man's Sky got it.
All right.
So I think that's sort of now out of the radar as a game that's out of people's radar because now it's like, oh, No Man's Sky is fun. Lots of people play it and lots of updates. But Cyberpunk 2077 this year got huge praise with the updates, the patches, the Phantom Liberty DLC. It got huge praise. A lot of people came back to play it. When Edge Runners was released, they then... Was that last year?
Best? Yeah, Edge Runners was last year.
That was last year. Okay, that was in the last year category. Because I was about to go because sometimes if they miss the mark, they'll be in.
Oh yeah. No, it was definitely last year.
Okay, because I was about to be like, the fuck that not doing it anyway. So with all that, I'm voting Cyberpunk 2077, and I think that's what's going to win as well.
I predict Cyberpunk 2077 will also win in this category, but I think it's between that and Baldur's Gate 3 actually.
Oh, really?
Just because I think sometimes I think the way people vote on these things is they forget what the point of the thing is, right? Like I think we're reading the description and we're saying, right, based on that description alone, because even like when we're looking at like action adventure, we were like, oh, maybe Jedi Survivor stands a chance there. But like if it was best game of the year, we necessarily wouldn't put that in, right?
Right, yeah.
Whereas the other ones, maybe we would. I just feel like people might just see Baldur's Gate 3, and regardless of what the category was, like, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, pick it. I love it. It's the best. Pick it. That one. That's you know what I mean? But you do have to look at, like, for that category. So I think it's between those two, but I do think Cyberpunk will win that one. All right. Best ongoing.
So it turned out that was actually a category we could talk about.
We might see some similar ones here. Okay. Yeah. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. It feels like they just want to give Cyberpunk awards.
Yeah.
Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. What do you think?
I'm voting Cyberpunk 2077.
You're voting it or you're predicting it?
Both.
Okay.
As in, that's my choice, and that's what I think would win.
Okay. I think Fortnite is going to win this category.
Okay. The reason I don't think that, because going back on what you were saying about reading the yoke,
Yeah,
I don't think Fortnite evolves the player experience. I
fair
think it's
enough.
been the same thing over and over again. Same with Apex Legends. That's why I'm thinking Cyberpunk 2077 because it's actually changed the player UI in how you level up and new abilities and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
So
I hear you. The reason
yeah,
I do
yeah,
is
because
lately,
it evolves the player experience.
no, lately I've heard people talk about Fortnite again, and I haven't heard about Fortnite in a long, 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 long time.
That's fair. Yeah,
And I've heard people say, and they're not talking about the Game Awards. They're just talking. They're just in conversation
yeah.
talking about Fortnite and going, "Oh my god, like Fortnite is the way it used to be again."
Oh, I
So
didn't know
there's
it
this
changed.
huge, like, I don't know, increase in interest in Fortnite again. So I just think maybe,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I'm gonna go Fortnite.
That's
You're going Cyberpunk.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. I like it. I like it. Okay.
We just yeah.
Games for impact. Okay, here's my prediction. We're
Okay,
not
I
gonna.
hope. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Sorry,
ready?
sorry, sorry. Yeah.
We're not gonna know any of these games. That's my
Okay, no,
prediction.
just don't click on it just yet.
Yeah, I
My
won't.
prediction is
Yeah,
one of the games
yeah,
in this category of games for impact
yeah.
is Genshin Impact.
Okay. My prediction is we don't. We're not gonna know any of these.
Yeah, but I just wanted to
You
make my
ready?
joke, okay?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh wow! Oh, you're not lying. Ah, wait, no, Tachia. I've heard of that.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay, I was wrong. I've heard of Tachia, and I heard of Goodbye Volcano High.
And we saw
And we
Venba and Terra
we saw
Nil
Terra Nil
earlier.
earlier. Okay, okay.
Uh,
So I don't think we can pick one. I mean, you can predict one if you want. Maybe Chia. I don't know. I have no idea. I know nothing about these games. But it's for
for
a.
a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
You want to call them out?
Okay, so we got a Space for the Unbound, Chance of Scenario. Oh, I think I've seen gameplay for that. Goodbye, Volcano High. Tachia. Go down, please. Thank you. Terra Nil and Venba.
So, guys, if you have played them, let us know what you think is going to win or what deserves to win in this category. I can't really. I'm not even going to predict. I know nothing about these games.
I say it's between. Yeah, I know. I haven't played. I can only go off the images.
Yeah, so you're like, which image is the coolest? But all, like, yeah, anything.
Space for the Unbound. That looks like it's got emotional meaning to it.
I think they all do. So that's why I'm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Chance of Scenario just looks like those creeps the shit out of me.
So innovation in accessibility.
This one always confuses me.
Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. The nominees are Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6.
Because I'm always a bit like, huh, with this category.
Okay,
Yeah, can you kind of
this
help
is
me out here?
because you never go into the accessibility features in the menu.
I don't really have to.
Yeah. So that's why you don't know much about it.
It's to do with like the things like colorblind and all that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to do. Yeah, so that whatever the game has to help people play the game, basically.
Right.
Um,
Which is,
I'm gonna predict Spider-Man 2.
um,
I'm gonna throw it out there.
yeah. I mean, I suppose if it's to help people, um, like with like let's say colorblind or something like that, or yeah, they have usually difficulty playing particular games. If Spider-Man 2 is nominated to be able to do that with the fact of how fast you move and what it has to render, I mean, yeah, probably that, to be honest. If that has been nominated to help people play the game. If that makes sense.
I just think that Insomniac have lots of accessibility features in their games. So I predict Spider-Man 2. I'm also going to vote for it for this category. Now that I think about it, actually, in the games for impact category,
Yeah.
I wonder should Spider-Man 2 have been there? Was it snubbed? When I think about particularly Miles' side of the story and the community stuff in it and like the Haley mission, without saying much more than that.
Well, the Haley mission is one side mission.
I get what you mean. Maybe because it's not like the overall game
I'd
experience.
imagine
Yeah.
all the other games, because I think last year as well was Life is Strange or something like that in Games for Impact. Like the point of the game is to
Yeah.
be impactful and to make people
To have some
think
sort of social message and
social message, make people think differently, view things differently, kind of open up their eyes
okay.
and their
Are we ready
hearts.
for? We're going to the top category. This is this line is like the stuff that we're really in on, right?
Okay, okay,
Best performance. Here we go.
okay.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh,
Awarded to an individual for voiceover, acting, motion, and/or performance capture. The nominees for Best Performance in the 2023 Game Awards are Ben Starr for Final Fantasy XVI, Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Melanie Libbard for Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbern for Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Snub! Fucking snub!
Miles Morales.
Yeah, Naji, who plays Miles Morales, should be here too. His performance is incredible in that game. He was snubbed. I don't know who I'd replace him for, or would I just add extra? I don't know, but
I find it actually quite interesting. I'm not saying Neil Newbon,
yeah,
but he plays a character called Astarion, who's gotten
yes,
a lot of love in Baldur's Gate 3. And sure, yeah,
yes.
he's the first time you meet him, he's like, oh, of course he's the fan favorite. He's just that kind of guy. And I'm not saying his performance is bad, but I am a little bit gotten to a point where I'm like, why is he getting more praise than some of the others? I think some
All
of
right,
the other actors really do phenomenal job. Like the actor who plays Karlak, she does an incredible job with that character, I think. And so it's a bit sort of it's interesting that they've chosen him over all the others when all the others do such a good job. Even the actor who plays Will is they're all fucking awesome, actually. So
this reminds me of when the actress who played Lady Dimitrescu
hmm?
was nominated that year, where it's like, it's not that she's absolutely not doing a bad job,
Yeah.
but her performance has been put on this legendary status because of just the overall internet reception to the character anyway, where it's gone
Right.
beyond just the performance that is actually in the game, which is really good,
Hmm.
and has become just cultural phenomenon of just people love that character regardless. And so for that same reason, I'm actually surprised the voice actor for Sid in Final Fantasy 16 is not here.
True.
But I also don't know who I would take away. Well, okay, I haven't finished it. Maybe it gets stronger. I'm still not crazy on Saga's performance in Alan Wake 2, but maybe that's going to win me over. That I don't know. As someone who has played it, maybe you're like, no, she absolutely deserves to be nominated.
Um. Sure.
You can say whether you think she should be nominated or not. That's not a spoiler.
I think she does a good performance, but this year with the amount of games there are,
Yeah.
her performance is as good as many other games that were out this year. If that
Yeah, totally get you.
like, it's a really good performance, but it's not quite like fuck me. Like I think I was telling you before, Idris Elba. I felt some of the delivery of his lines were okay, but again, going back to the description where it talks about motion capture and motion performance,
Yeah, that could come into effect there.
it's fucking excellent with him
Okay.
in the game inside Cyberpunk 2077. Like
Yeah.
really, genuinely, when you're looking at him and everything he's doing, you're like, that's Idris Elba. I am looking at Idris Elba act right now. That is nuts because it's just all of his little micro expressions and stuff is just captured. And that's nuts in itself.
Okay, so
Um,
we've mentioned our snubs. We need to
yeah,
do our who do we
sorry.
pick and our predictions.
All right, I'm going to pick. I'm actually going to pick for the motion because his performance is still good. I am going to pick Idris Elba.
Okay, and who do you predict will win?
It's probably gonna be Neil Newbom.
Really?
He got it. He got an award at the joystick. That or Yuri. They might pick Yuri.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Yuri,
Yeah.
and I predict Yuri will win,
Okay.
but I'm not confident on that because
No,
I think it's between Yuri and Idris, but this is also like the action adventure, this is a tough category.
yes.
Because even like a Ben Starr won, I think, at the Golden Joysticks.
Yeah, he won main. I think Neil
Yeah,
Newbom won best supporting or something like
supporting, yeah.
that.
Cameron Monaghan also gives like a really good performance in Jedi Survivor. He's brilliant in it. Like
Mm.
it's not over the top at all. It's real subtle, but he's excellent. But fuck it, we have to say something. So I'm picking Yuri and I'm predicting Yuri,
Yeah. Okay.
but you're predicting Idris.
Yes.
Oh no, you're predicting Neil,
I predict Neil,
but you
but
picked it. Yeah,
I'm picking Idris. Yeah.
I get you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
That
Oh
was a tough
boy.
one as well, to be
That
honest.
was a tough one. Okay.
Yeah.
Best audio design.
Oh yeah, this is the part where I just goes over my head.
Okay,
Arf.
recognizing. Yeah, this is a tough one. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. We're fucked. The nominees are for best audio design, which is actually a very important category.
Very important.
Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4. Now,
Do you think?
before I ask you, right,
Okay.
I just want to say, I don't mind if any of these games win, right? I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
they're all excellent. I think the teams have excelled, and I've played at least a bit of all of these games.
Mm-hmm.
The sound, the audio in all of these games is fucking excellent. However, I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm picking Dead Space, and I predict Dead Space will win. It's the only category that Dead Space has been nominated.
That is a fair observation. I was actually going to pick Alan Wake 2 and say that Alan Wake 2 was going to win.
Okay. So you pick and predict Alan Wake 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm picking and predicting Dead Space. But yeah, it's a horror. I mean, let's be honest. This is a horror category right here.
Yeah. That's why I was about to say to you, like, do you think that's why they don't have horror category? Because they can just put them in this category?
Yeah, but I mean, you're marking them for different reasons. You know
True.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what could win in best audio might not be the same as what would win in best horror.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you pick for best horror?
Well, what I would pick is Dead Space, but I haven't finished Alan Wake 2. I think Alan Wake 2 would win if that was a category based on the fact that it and Baldur's Gate 3 are tied as the games with the highest amount of nominees this year.
That's fair.
So, best score and music. Bum, bum, bum. For outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. The nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Snub! Fucking snub. I'm calling it now. Sea of Stars has been snubbed in this category. Sea of Stars is like the best soundtrack this year. I can't believe it. The guy, Eric W. Brown, he's the composer. Go look him up. He deserves the credit. He's been snubbed in this category. I can't believe it. Anyway.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
Another tough one.
I don't know why. Hi-Fi Rush just looks like one of those games that's got a really fucking good soundtrack. This looks like one of those games that's got a really fun.
It does. It has a great soundtrack.
Well, I'm picking that one.
Right. As in, you predict it's going to win.
Yeah, I predict that's going to win.
You need to be clear with what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
The whole through this discussion.
I think you will predict that. No,
what?
I think they'll pick Hi-Fi Rush, and I will pick fucking shitload. Jesus Christ. I don't know what the hell I'd pick. Final Fantasy 16.
I'd pick Final Fantasy 16. I'm not the hottest on it anyway.
No.
Again, I want to see if stars here. I'd pick Final Fantasy 16, and I predict Final Fantasy 16 is going to win.
Okay.
I think with everyone who was mixed on that game, what everyone seemed to be praising was the music.
Okay.
And I mean, I sound like it is a great score. Like the orchestration is, incredible. But Hi-Fi Rush has a good chance there too. Has a good chance. Okay, we're getting down to the last four. Best art direction. Fuck. Okay. For outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation.
Oh.
The nominees are Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Interesting. Because I was about to go for Alan Wake 2 based on their blend of live action with the game. But then it just goes for outstanding creative. I suppose, creative and or technical achievement in artistic design. Is it? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Alan Wake 2. I'm going with that one.
Yeah, I predict Alan Wake 2 will win this one. In terms of what I would pick, would I pick Hi-Fi Rush maybe? No, I've been pretty impressed by like the weird mind-bending things changing right before your eyes stuff. Yeah, I'd pick Alan Wake 2 for this one. And I do predict it's going to win. All right. That wasn't as hard as I thought.
Now, Ben meant the fucking jump scares. Meant the fact the moments where I just jump in that game is nuts.
Here we go, Eric. Best narrative. Okay. For outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. The nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, a DLC. That's crazy. Final Fantasy 16. Not a bad DLC. And Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Is anything snubbed, do you think, in this category?
I mean, the fuck? Where's Resident Evil 4? That's got a good narrative.
Has it got the best narrative?
It's got a good narrative. Probably not, to be honest. Anything snubbed. I think like maybe, Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, and if you listen to our spoiler cast, for the first while, it takes ages to pick up, but by the end, the narrative to Jedi Survivor is excellent.
But maybe that's why it doesn't get in, because it's that by the end is good.
Yeah, I get you.
While for us, 16 is really good at the start.
Yeah, you see, Jedi Survivor,
and then it kind of gets worse as it goes.
Jedi Survivor and Final Fantasy 16 for me are like opposites to each other. Where one of them starts so strong, you're like, oh fuck, this is a fucking Game of the Year contender, and then it just really dies off the more it goes on.
Yeah.
And Jedi Survivor does the opposite, where it's like, this is fine, but it's absolutely no Game of the Year contender. And then you get to the end, you go, holy fuck, that was fucking amazing. So
Spider-Man
they do the opposite, but
2, I think, is amazing from the get-go. Alan Wake 2, I was very engrossed with the story pretty much straight away. Phantom Liberty, actually quite surprised at being here, best narrative, but that's fair. It's a pretty, well, just because it's a DLC. But it is a good narrative. My God, did I get to a point where I was like, oof. I, at a point, was like, I don't trust anyone here. I just know I can't trust anyone here.
You've yet to review that as well. You're going to have to review that.
No,
not
never.
now. But
never.
But you should.
But I am going to give it 2, and I predict as well that this is what the critics going to pick is Baldur's Gate 3.
I predict Baldur's Gate 3 will win.
Yeah.
Of the ones that I have played, I would personally give it to Spider-Man 2. I think it remains the most consistent in its pacing and storytelling thread of the ones I've played. So I'm going to vote for Spider-Man 2. But yes, I predict Baldur's Gate 3 will win.
I predict a riot. I predict a riot.
Excellent. Okay, we've 2 categories left.
Holy shit.
For our predictions for the Game Awards 2023. Best Game Direction.
The one where you get to go straight ahead.
Okay, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. The nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. But I praised Alan Wake too, huh?
Like I said, it and Baldur's Gate 3 both got the most amount of nominations.
Nice. Fair play to
They got 8 each.
Okay, best game direction. I like these are all strong contenders. Even though I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom or Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I still think even if I just exclude those two, the other three I have played, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Best Direction.
Can I just say something?
Contenders. Yeah.
Before we start picks? I'm gonna say snub.
You gonna say snub?
Yeah. I think Resident Evil 4 Remake should be in this category. I don't think it would win, but I think it does deserve to be in here. I actually think they directed that remake incredibly well and improved on what was already, held up as one of the greatest games of all time. I think it's incredibly directed in terms of pacing, in terms of gameplay, in terms of everything, performances. Yeah. So I think it should be here. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Can I read the description again, if you don't mind?
Of course. So Best Game Direction is awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Alan Wake 2.
I also predict Alan Wake 2. People are going to know Sam Lake's name.
Yeah.
This is like a Hideo Kojima style category.
Yeah.
And he is, yeah. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know would I pick it. It's definitely a strong contender. For the moment, I'm going to pick Spider-Man 2. I think Brian Intihar did a really great job, and that whole team did.
He did, yeah. They fucking brilliant.
But I do think Alan Wake 2 is going to win.
Yeah.
And now for the big one.
Esports.
The game of the year for 2023. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
Yeah, it is weird that Resident Evil 4 is kind of not in... Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
Go ahead.
No. Okay, so Resident Evil 4 is one of the options here in the category.
Yeah.
It's very surprising that it's not in more categories.
I hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, anyway.
So the nominees for Game of the Year this year, in case you didn't know, are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I predicted these exact 6 games.
You did.
A couple of weeks before. But anyway, that's not what we're here to predict today. We're here to predict what will win, which we already know.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, totally. Obviously. The prediction is Baldur's Gate 3.
It is. Yes.
So we will not be... How do you think... Right, okay. What do you think it's between, though? Because leading up to... Like, for the longest time, I was like, well, it's between Baldur's Gate 3 and Tears of the Kingdom, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to take it.
Yeah.
But now that we're at the Game Awards, I'm not so sure it's between Baldur's Gate 3 and Tears of the Kingdom. No, it
kind of starting to seem a little bit like it's between Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2, to be honest.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, which is really weird.
It's fucking interesting.
Because it's Legend of Zelda. So Alan Wake 2, it has, like, I mean, again, I've played 3 of Remedy's games set within that universe. That is definitely my favorite of the 3. But I'm not exactly like as in tune with the critics and the gamers out in the universe that we have. But so I'm very surprised that the Alan Wake 2 is stealing it from Legend of Zelda, this long running, well loved franchise.
Might be. It just seems that way. Like it's weird.
True.
Now, Tears of the Kingdom, by all accounts, has a higher critical reception than Alan Wake 2. But at this
More people.
particular, on
Mm,
this particular occasion, Alan Wake 2 is getting way more nominations, which seems to suggest that it's been voted for a lot by critics for
yeah.
these awards. Obviously, look, we both predict Baldur's Gate 3 would win. Take that out of the equation for a second, because I have to do something difficult now. I can't vote for Baldur's Gate 3 here because I haven't played it.
You can't vote for Tears of the Kingdom or Super Mario Bros. Wonder either.
No, I can't.
You can
I
barely
now,
even vote for Alan Wake 2.
no, but I have to now contend with myself because I have, for a while now, not been able to decide whether Marvel's Spider-Man 2 or Resident Evil 4 is my personal game of the year.
Mm.
And now I
have
have
to do
to make that decision if I'm going to vote.
It's okay, man. You can do it.
Game of the year. I think. See, here's where I'm stuck on it because I think, like, I've said that before, and I think people were shocked that I was still contending with Resident Evil 4.
Right.
I experienced no bugs in Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
No glitches. No drop in frame rate. It is such an incredibly well polished experience. It's paced so well from start to end. The whole way through. It is an incredible game. Marvel Spider-Man 2, I did experience bugs and glitches and weird graphical textures and things like that. And I felt that it didn't stick the landing in the ending,
Mm-hmm.
But it had more jaw-dropping moments and was more fun to play. So this is where I'm like stuck on which one would I personally give
Okay.
Game of the Year.
You have nothing to do tomorrow. You're thinking to yourself, hey, I want to play a game. Which one are you sticking on?
With that logic, I am more likely to throw on Marvel Spider-Man 2.
I think that one is more your game of the year, like, you know what I mean? Which Resident Evil 4 has been out for ages, and I don't really think you've jumped back into playing that story again.
Apart from the Separate Ways, obviously.
Apart from the Separate Ways, right?
Complete that package. It's so good.
Yes.
However, I'm really excited for more Spider-Man DLC.
Exactly.
And the next Spider-Man game, I'm going to go Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
There we go, folks. That could be my game of the year until I play Baldur's Gate 3, which we predict will win Game of the Year at the 2023 Game Awards. So that brings our predictions for the 2023 Game Awards to a close, but we would love to hear from you guys. What do you think is going to win in each category? Game of the Year is an interesting category, but sometimes it's the other ones where it gets more like, oh, I don't know about that one. We want to know your predictions. We want to know what games you feel are personally snubbed in certain categories. We want to know what you would personally pick, all of those things. And we want to find out who's going to be buying the pizza. Who got more predictions right? Who got more predictions wrong? Myself and Eric will be keeping a tally of those things when the results come out. And we will let you know who will be buying the pizza. Okay, in the process of doing our outro, we lost Eric along the way. I think he just chickened out because he knows he's going to lose and he's going to be buying the pizza. But make sure you're following the podcast to find out when the results are out, who actually got the most predictions right and who lost. Jump down in the comments, guys. Share your own thoughts. If you enjoyed this discussion, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell for all future content. Again, we release our podcasts weekly, and it's always about various gaming topics as they come up. So we'd love to have you guys on board checking us out. If you guys listen to us on audio platforms, you can touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twixter at The Brothers Take again to give your take on the 2023 Game Awards. Not long now, getting exciting. Thank you very much for checking out this week's episode. We'll be back to talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.